If you want news and rumors that appeal, welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel.
If you want news and rumors.
Hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. I'm your host, the Innkeeper, and this is our live call-in talk show all about the Wheel of Time. Now, before we get to game night, which is one of our favorite nights around here, I want to remind you of some things that are coming up here at the Dusty Wheel. Specifically, this episode I know a lot of you are looking forward to. Next What Wednesday, we're talking all about Gilad and his origin story. Yes, in Robert Jordan's notes, he just happened to be written a lot more about Gilad, that changed over time before he actually put him into the books. And so this is actually going to be a really fun one. Therese and Linda will be here. We're talking all about the things that that Jordan had planned for Gilad. And I think you're going to love this. So yeah, make sure to be back here with us next What Wednesday. And also, I want to remind everybody that we have a competition going on right now. Hopefully you saw the Wheel of Time parody that I did and posted. It was called Freak. And we have this competition going on. It's Wheel of Time Idol. That's right. It's your own Wheel of Time song parody. Hopefully you are planning to submit your own and enter that competition. But just remember, you have to have those in by February 21st. And then we'll have a live show on March 3rd where we'll judge the winner and give away prizes. I can't wait for that. This will be a lot of fun. Again, if you haven't seen the one I did, hopefully you found it inspirational and not something that made you say, no thanks. So also I wanted to note a couple more news stories that came out today before we jump into our episode. First of all, WhatSeries.com scooped some images, actually older images, I think, posted to Facebook that had to do with Dolsky Milne. It's this location, I think, in the Czech Republic. This originally was mentioned in 2019. It's where they were filming, I think, in October, November of 2019. And a lot of fans thought that this looked like maybe where Perrin and Egwene might be held captive, I think, as far as the White Cloaks are concerned. And there's some interesting kind of close-ups here. You get inside the building, whereas before I think we only had shots outside of the building. And I think one of the things that Sarah called attention to, who wrote this over on What Series, was this particular, I don't know what you call this. It's a bag? I don't know what that is. Maybe it's it was what Perrin was carrying. I don't know, and left it there. So her question was, what does this look like to you? So yeah, I'm kind of curious what you think. And I think we all believe that this has to do with the White Cloaks, if I'm not mistaken, because of an image that came out that looks like this field, which it looked like it had White Cloak tents and such. So yeah, that was a fun little piece of news that came out today. And I just want to call your attention to one more thing, which is that What on Prime did give us a little bit of notice, because I know a lot of people were theorizing whether or not we would get a Super Bowl trailer. So Geekyeri put out this tweet yesterday and said, "Happy Tuesday, What on Prime. Dare we hope to see something exciting from you tomorrow, say around this time." To which What on Prime replied, "For the brown Aja, nothing tomorrow, nothing Sunday. Saving our copper for now, but we're working on a new video featuring something, redacted, to hopefully share soon, light willing." Now, I've heard a lot of theories about what this is going to be, but instead of me getting into those theories, why don't I bring in my guests to the show and we can talk about what this might be? And I'm kind of curious what they'll say and what people in chat will say. So without further ado, let me welcome my 4 panelists to the show. Welcome, Leigh Butler, Jimmy, Liang, DT, and Collin from Randland TV Pod. Cheers to the 4 of you. Thank you very much for taking the time out and being here today. So I know that a lot of you have been, or I guess half of you have been on the show before. DT, I want to kind of go over to you here. You do something pretty unique when it comes to gaming, and so I'm glad you're here for this episode. Do you want to explain really quickly, just in summary, what you do and how fans can kind of interact with your gaming nights?
Yeah, sure. We started a Discord server, Morgan from the Podcast of the Dragon and myself, last April, where we do regular Wheel of Time trivia games and also some pub trivia games. And we've also run a few other types of games on the server throughout the time. So, we have a good time anyway. We have a game coming up this weekend, actually, a Wheel of Time trivia game.
Awesome. I think I have the link to your Discord server in the description. In fact, there's also a link to Collin's podcast there. If you don't know, Leigh Butler here with us is also a writer for Tor.com. And Jimmy, good friend of mine, is obviously involved in JordanCon, if you've been there before. And so, by the way, I love having you all here to play what we call game night around here. And we'll be spinning the wheel of game time shortly. Everyone knows what that means. For those of you that are watching, I've given our contestants here, our panelists, some idea of what might end up on the wheel, but they've only had about 15 minutes to think about that, and they don't have a list. I just read off a bunch of things that everyone tweeted at me today as suggestions. So they're really excited right now. I can feel it. They're about to be put on the spot. But before we jump into that, I'm kind of curious. Just want to go around the room here, if you will. As far as that tweet is concerned from What on Prime, we know we've gotten, a little featurette, whatever you want to call these, that they put out as far as the sword, a guitar, Tom's guitar, and we recently got concept art from What on Prime. Did any of you read anything into this tweet? Collin, does anything come to mind what you think they might have meant? Were they trying to be coy there, giving us brown Aja, copper, something redacted? Anything come to mind?
Nothing really comes to mind. I feel like at this point they're like toying with us like a little bit, like playing a little bit of a game. But maybe, who knows? I think they're pretty clever too, so it's possible. But nothing came immediately to mind for me.
DT, anything like this is it? I know it for sure.
Definitely don't know anything for sure. They're definitely clever, as he said, and nothing jumped to mind. It'd be really cool if we saw some sort of footage. I keep waiting to see something like that looks like it would be on the screen when it's done. I can't wait. So maybe it's something like that. Who knows?
Yeah, a lot of people have been mentioning maybe I'm stealing Leigh's answer here, or Jimmy's answer. A lot of people have said maybe the obvious Varen, something Varen related. Leigh, did you have any ideas of what this might mean?
Well, it's very well known that Varen likes to wear copper healing jewelry. So, and that's like her thing, and I'm making this up.
Keep going.
I really want it to be Varen, though. Can it be Varen? Can we have Varen, please? I want Varen. Yeah. Yes, definitely Varen.
Like there's definitely some fan casting of the answers there for sure. Yeah. Jimmy, any thoughts from you? That you think this might be? Any guesses?
No, because they have such a wide array of things they can pull from. But I'm hoping it's something about the Trollocs. I want to see what their concept art for Narg is going to be.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd like it. I did see some that I thought would be interesting, which is maybe Matt's dagger could be an interesting concept. I'm not sure exactly. I guess you could think about it as being inspected or investigated by the Brown Aja. I don't know. Perhaps an Angreal. Something having to do with the White Tower, the Aja, and an Angreal. I could see Moiraine's Angreal that they show. That would be an interesting kind of thing there. For those of you that are watching us in chat, I'm kind of curious. I probably missed a bunch of the answers that you might have suggested. I did see some coins, maybe copper dagger from the part of the red hand here. So it's fun. They do seem to be kind of playing a little bit with us, but whether or not it's related or not, I guess we'll find out hopefully soon, as What on Prime said. So, okay. So without further ado, let's get on to the first part of game night. That is spinning the wheel of game time. If you've never seen this before, we basically spin the wheel of game time here, and the number correlates to a topic that we got from Twitter today. We just asked for random Wheel of Time topics, and we're going to throw those out at my panelists. And this is the fun part for me because I get to go last if I even decide to answer as the host. So I get to pressure everybody else into this. Yes, that's why I love game night. This is so casual for me. And by the way, if you are here for the first time and you enjoy this kind of content, please like this video so other fans can find us live. We'll probably do a giveaway or two during the show today from one of the mugs. A little Dusty Wheel mug behind me. That'll be fun. But yeah, stick around for that and the rest of this evening. And if you happen to like this, you're not subscribed, please do. We'd love to have you here with us at the Dusty Wheel. Okay, let's do this. Let's spin the wheel of game time and see how this goes.
A whammy.
So 24. Let's see what 24 correlates to. Here we are. Okay. One of these battles have to be cut from the Wheel of Time TV show. You decide which. 1, Emond's Field. 2, Tarvalon. Or 3, Dumai's Well. And let me go to you first, DT. If you were Rafe Judkins and you were just forced to make the decision, which of these would you cut?
Can I get some clarification on which battle at Tarvalon? We're talking the Shining Walls, like.
No, I think they're talking at the very end.
Okay.
I think the ending battle, not the early one. That's a good question.
Okay. Oh, that's tricky. I'm probably going to go with that one though. It can't be Demise Wells, and I think we need something early with Emond's Field, so I'm going to cut Tarvalon.
You cut Tarvalon, okay. Jimmy, are you on the same wavelength here? Would you cut Tarvalon out of this one?
I agree. I would cut Tarvalon.
Oh wow, yeah. It seems like everyone's pretty set on that one. How about you, Leigh? Are you a cut Tarvalon here?
As long as we're not talking about the Tower Coup.
Nope.
We're talking about the later one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to cut any of them, obviously, but like Emond's Field, that's like one of my favorite scenes from the whole series, and so there's no way I could vote to cut that. And then Dumai's Wells is just too freaking important. It's like a pivotal moment in the entire series. It's like, you can't cut Dumai's Wells. Like, forget it. Yeah. So if I have to pick the Tarvalon one, I would pick Tarvalon.
And by the way, I'm seeing this in chat. Yes, it is game night. The topics are going to be random. I'll splash this up there. This show will contain spoilers. I can leave it up there just to make sure people that join us a little bit later know that. We're going to get some spoilers tonight. Just assume that is going to happen. But yes, I see a lot of... it's fun to watch chat because it's guttural how much people don't want to cut anything, right? And so when you're forced. So back over to you, Collin. Are you in line with kind of what you heard right now, or what would you cut of these three?
Yeah, I would cut Tarvalon for sure.
Okay.
I think the other two you have to keep. So it's just a process of elimination. So.
Well, you've heard it, Rafe. If you want to cut something, these four they're supporting Tarvalon. Look, it's not my fault.
I
just asked the question. That's all that happened here. That's all that happened. I did see a lot of that. I'm seeing some people throw out Tarvalon. Thanks, the only gay in Two Rivers. Rip Tarvalon. Yes, exactly. Okay, so that is that. Let's spin it again and see what happens here. So here we go. Number 13. Let's see what we got at 13. Okay. So if you have what culture would you like to be an exchange student to, and why? I'll give you 2 seconds to think about that for those who are watching us chat. If you could be an exchange student to a specific Wheel of Time culture, which one would it be and why? And Leigh.
Oh, make me go first. Probably the first one that leaped to my mind is I would want to go to Camelin because it's like the architecture is super cool and it's like a sophisticated, bustling city, and there's not like slavery in it, and so I'm in favor of that, and I would like to go there, even though once the whole succession thing starts, I would want to leave. But up until then, it's pretty cool.
Camelin. See, I'm definitely in the Isle of Madman. I just want to try something new out there. You never know. Jimmy, what would you pick if you could go be an exchange student to one of these cultures in the Wheel of Time world? What would you pick? I
would say either Shanchan or Shara, because those are two fairly still a lot of unknowns in that world. We know pretty much Camelin and all the other the Randland type countries. So
yeah, I like that. Yeah, what would you pick, Collin, on this one?
I actually am going to go with the Sea Folk.
Okay. Yeah.
For a similar reason, and I think that we could see there are a lot of places that I would like to go to, and I think you could see all those places by choosing the Sea Folk.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. DT, last up, what would you pick?
I'd be headed to like the southwest corner. I'm going to go to Tarabon. Good food, good culture, like the Vales. I'd be in Tanchico. Good city, great beaches. So that's where I'd be at. I'd be tanning it up there. So.
I'm like, I think I've asked a similar question before, and somebody picked like the waist, and I was like, no. No, you would not. Stop lying. That's a lie. I do not believe you at all. Okay, let's spin this again. Let's see what we got. The last time we played this game, I would get the same numbers over and over again, like this wheel was cursed. So 13. Yeah, there we go. We picked 13 and we got 13 again. You know, like I said, that'll be a good thing to cut out for us for the show. So we got 23. All right, let's bring 23 into this. Okay, this one's good. You can only keep one of these for the TV show. There's another one of those moments that this isn't a battle, but you can have an event, either blowing the horn of Valir, Nynaeve breaking her block, the Flame of Tarvalon, or Rand in a box. If you can only keep one of these, which of these would you keep for the TV show? And Jimmy, let's start with you. You have blowing the horn of Valir, Nynaeve breaking her block, the Flame of Tarvalon, and Rand in a box.
Well, if it guarantees the Battle of Doom on Wells, I would say Rand in a box.
Rand in a box. Okay. Wow. What are you thinking on this one, Collin?
I kind of want to say Nynaeve breaking her block. I feel like there's a culmination there that is so, I don't know, it's so emotionally charged that I want to see that happen. Not that I don't want to see the others happen.
Yeah, I'm sure people are thinking right now, if you've never seen episodes of this, I've talked about cutting the Horn of Valir from the TV show. So I think people are just thinking this is like some shadow way for me to get rid of blowing the Horn of Valir again. DT, what would you pick of these 4 events to keep for the TV show if you had to pick one of them?
Well, I'm happy to see the horn go too, if I had to. I'm with you on that one. So for the other ones, I still got to go with Rand in the box. You got to keep that one and the Demise Wells. That would be the one that I'd be so sad to see go. And I don't think you can do one without the other too well. So
okay, yeah, I hear you. I saw lots of Rand in the box here. Leigh, what would you end up picking this one?
Man, this question sucks.
I know people are.
First of all, like you're asking me to go against my girl Nynaeve, which is terrible. But like, you probably of those, you probably have to keep the Rand in the box one for the same reason that you couldn't cut Demise Wells. But you can't cut the box and the block. Like, no, I refuse. I reject this question.
Sinister.
You see, you're refusing to play. I got you. So, but if you didn't refuse to play, which of these would you keep?
Probably the box one.
The box. Oh wow, betraying Nynaeve.
I know. I feel very sorry right now.
Wow. So, brutal. It's brutal.
You know. But from a plot, a perspective, that's too important. You have to keep it. But I mean, I argue that the Nynaeve breaking her block is equally as important.
I agree. Yeah. I would agree with that.
I'm seeing a lot of Let Barney blows, random blocks. Thanks, Lumen and Emerald, for sharing your opinion there, and Brandon. Those are fun. Oh wow, like a lot of hashtag cut Rand in a box, like a magician's trick from Brandon. Oh yeah, that's brutal.
Or maybe like in a telephone booth, or something like.
You're trying to figure out how to still have the event just in a different way. Yeah, I gotcha.
Maybe he's not in a box. Maybe he's more.
I hear you. This is these are all good questions. Now I know you didn't like both those questions, so let's move away from those. Maybe we'll get something a little bit nicer to all you. Here we go. Let's spin this.
Not likely. Right?
Not likely. Exactly. You've heard the topics, so you're like probably 13. Not going to be the case. 6. I know. Thankfully, it's not 13. If we had hit 13 again, I would have definitely believed this thing was cursed and bought a new one.
Well, you would have turned to the dark side.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, exactly. This one's appropriate for our recent our song contest we have going on right now. This karaoke song that I posted yesterday. What would the character of your choice sing at karaoke? If you could choose a character, which character would you pick to sing at karaoke? And then what would the song be that they would sing? Think on that for a moment. Those of you that are watching us chat, I'm kind of curious, what would you pick? Which character would you want to sing at karaoke? And what song would they sing? I love this. Whoever submitted this question, thank you very much. I should probably keep all the names of people who submit these. Apologize that I don't have those for me. Okay, I feel like I've given you enough. I've tried to delay as long as we can. And I think we're at Collin on this one. Is anything coming to you right at this moment?
I don't know why. The first thing that came to me was Matt singing I'm a Starman, David Bowie.
I love it. I love it. That's a good one. I love it. Thank you, Polkit Sunger in chat saying Freak by Manfear. If you don't understand what that means, that's okay. Okay, DT, I love your option there, Colin. That was a good one. DT, what do you got for us? Which character would you pick and what's the song? I'm
drawing a pretty big blank here. If I had to go with... First thing that came into my head was Elsie Greenwell singing All the Single Ladies.
That's good. That's good. By the way, that's a really impressive thing to randomly come into your head.
Maybe Elsie, or depressing.
Elsie Greenwell, All the Single Ladies. I love it. Okay, Leigh, what you got for us?
I mean, the very first thing I thought of was Gallad singing "You're So Vain."
Oh, that's. I feel dumb now not having that come to me. Yeah, that's a fantastic one. I love these. And Jimmy, you last up on this one. What do you got for us?
Innkeeper Hatch singing Freak.
Yeah. That's. I like some options here. Andrew just said Narg singing Thriller. I like that. That's well done.
That's good.
Berlane sings Fever. That's pretty good. I like that.
And
Ruark
Watching You.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. Tuan and singing "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." Perrin singing "Total Eclipse of the Heart." That one's good. Rand sings "Man in the Box." Yes, I love it. And so yeah, these are all fun. It's fun to actually go back and watch chat and see what they have to say afterwards. I've missed probably half of these. Rita Reborn said "Land, Steal My Sunshine." Sorry, some people just say stuff in chat to try to make me laugh, which they succeeded on. So that was a good one. That was a lot easier, right? You didn't have to, cut an event or a character. Yeah, see, they're not all vicious. Here we go. Let's spin it again. And we're picking up 13. This thing's cursed. It's not allowed. I need a new one. I definitely need a new one here. Okay, so number one. I think I remember. Oh yeah, this one I'm really looking forward to. I actually came up with an answer to this, but I want to hear what everybody has to say. Favorite made up Pater moment in the Wheel of Time. What's your favorite made-up Pater moment? That's right. Make up something that happened to or that Pater was involved in that does not happen in the books. Take a moment to think about that. For those of you in chat, I'm kind of curious, what's your favorite Pater moment that's made up that you come up with right now? I want to hear what you have to say. Everyone's pointing out the 13 and 13 Forsaken and 13 Mirrodrill. Yes, the 13 by 13s. That's good. Okay, DT. It's to you. Your favorite made up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Leigh. You have a question.
There's more than one Pater, isn't there?
This one, I think you might be. I don't know. Now you're going to make me do a live search on names. So this is the Dark Friend Pater.
Gotcha. Okay.
There we go. Sorry, I should have been favorite made up Dark Friend Pater moment.
Those aren't the same Pater. Well, how about that?
Okay, DT, you're up.
Favorite Pater moment. Fake. Yep. Boy, I'm gonna say later on. He sells Nynaeve a cursed hat in a hat store because he loves his hats.
Your favorite Pater moment is he's selling hats now. Is he still a Dark Friend at this point? Is he trying to escape?
Well, he's just laying low, but of course.
But it's a cursed hat. I like it.
It's like got like poison needles in it or something. Like he's still being nefarious. Like let's face it, he's Pater, but yeah, he's now a hat salesman.
That's awesome. And thanks, Joe, for the money to recalibrate the wheel of time here. Yeah. So Leigh, what do you think here? What's your favorite Dark Friend Pater moment?
Pater runs for Congress.
Pater runs from Congress. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. I wasn't expecting Congress
Totally
to come
plausible.
in. So. Totally plausible. Okay, Jimmy, what do we got? Favorite made-up Dark Friend Pater moment?
Winning the eating contest for Beltane.
I love it. He came in to make Dark Friends, and he left with an award. I like it. I'm seeing a lot of thank you, Match of the Deck. The wheel weaves as the wheel wills. Yes, I love these wheel jokes. They're fantastic. Bader totally joined the House of Black and White. Pater tries a long con to steal Egwene from Rand, only to get killed by Gawain. I like this. Pater steals Matt's girl at a tavern. Pater sings a song in a tavern. Apparently, we want to see Pater in more taverns. That's what we want. Hashtag Miss Sarah James said, "Let Pater blow the horn." Basically, yes, I like that one. Okay, Collin, you've had the most time to shock and awe us with your made-up Pater moment. What do you got for us?
I think it was the time that Rand went back to Ard Doman to kind of right the wrongs that he had left there, and he found Pater selling honey cakes to all the starving people, trying to get onto the Council of Merchants, and that was just horrible. Yeah.
I like it.
He's a salesman.
Yes. Yeah. I'm seeing more. Pater puts himself in a box by Brian. that's a good one. Rajesh, the time Pater beat Gawain and Galad. Yes. I like putting Pater killed Steve by Bane and Shiad. Yeah. Yes, these are fantastic. If you end up watching this after we're live, I'd love to see all of your answers to these questions in the comments of the video. That's a lot of fun for me to go back and see what people have to say if they missed this. So why don't we move on to another... We'll probably do like 2 more of these, and we'll move on to the next segment here. So here we go. Let's see if we can spin a 13.
I have faith in you.
We did spin a 24. You know, this wheel just hates me. And it's 13s and 24s today, apparently.
Fixed.
Oh, yeah, we got to 14. I really thought we were going to hit a 13 there, but no, we're at 14. So,
Nice.
Yeah, exactly, right. Okay, so which character would you pick as your significant other, and it can't be Lanfear? So I know a lot of you were thinking about choosing Lanfear, but you can't. So if you had to pick a Wheel of Time character as your significant other, who would you pick? Think about that. People in chat, kind of curious. You know, this will be an interesting one to go around in chat. Now we'll start. I think, Leigh, you're first up on this one. Is somebody coming to mind, significant other?
Skip me. No? Come back to me.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Okay, Jimmy, you seem long in thought on this one. Anything there for you? You got us an answer?
Pass.
You're passing. They're still thinking. Okay. So you guys are indecisive. Let's jump down to Collin. Collin, you got somebody top of your mind?
I have to choose one. Can I get multiple? Because I'm not passing?
Yes. If you have 2 in mind, you can certainly throw us 2 out there.
Oh shit. Okay, cool. I'm gonna say Aludra.
Okay.
And I'm going to say I'm gonna say Bearline too.
Aludra and Bearline.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. I'm seeing lots of Aviendas, Elaines, Brigitas, Nynaeve, Min, Ruark. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of Elaines. Gilligay and Two Rivers said Gaul, 6'9", muscular, and a ginger. Yeah, there you go. Okay, DT, what would you pick for your significant other?
Min all day long.
Min, yeah, I'm with you.
For all the reasons.
For all the reasons. Yes, I like it. Oh, Leafcast brother, I think at the same time said Min all day long in chat. That was fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, good timing there. Leigh, we're back to you on this one. Do you have us an answer?
I'm like torn, man. But I kind of like the idea of Ruark. He's just like solid dude, badass, kicks everybody's ass. You know, very tall.
I like
it.
it.
Tall is good.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody else has got like, no, I couldn't deal with that. No. Yeah.
I like it. That's a good answer.
I'm just because that's who I thought of, I'm going with Ruark.
I like it. I like it. Yeah. Jimmy, have you come up with an answer for us?
I'm gonna go with Masana.
Masana.
I love those teachers.
Well said. Well said. Innkeeper's wife in chat just said the Dusty Wheel Innkeeper. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, cheers. That's adorable. That technically counts, right? So, okay. So let's spin this one more time, and then we'll jump to our next segment. The next segment we have coming up is That's Good, That's Bad, What Takes. That's where I get to go to my panelists and have them show you what they think is either a good or bad What Take. I pulled a bunch of things off of Bad What Takes Twitter account to show for us. This should be a lot of fun. But let's take one last spin of the wheel before we do that. So here we go. If it hits 13, we're just ending here. That's pretty much what's going to happen. It did hit 13. Okay, we're done. I committed to it. We're over. That's right. We're moving on from this one. That's done. That's fantastic. Okay, wow. I did not anticipate that actually would hit 13. That is wonderful. Okay, so let's move on to our next game here. Well, let's welcome you all to That's Good, That's Bad, What Takes. That's right. This is where we're going to show a What Take up on the screen, and I'll read it off to my panelist here. And my panelist will hold up whether or not good or bad to the screen, and then we'll see what people in chat have to say. That's right. They have little cards they've prepared. So our first one, like I said, comes from Bad What Takes, which reads, Robert Jordan wrote books for pretty people. So if Wheel of Time was a slog for you... Okay, ready? I'm going to give you 3 seconds, and you can tell me if you actually think that's a good or a bad What Take. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Show me your answers. Good or bad What Take? Bad, 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 bad. You all agree with Bad What Takes that was a bad What Take. What does everybody see in chat? I'm kind of curious. I thought that one was... Actually, I would have put a good What Take. That was fantastic. I thought it was hilarious. That's all I'm saying.
Are we going for hilarity or are we going for
Look, it's good as judged by you, Leigh. So, you know, it's
like apples to apples rules.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so our second bad or good What Take is, everyone always asks, who is the dark one? But no one ever asks, how is the dark one? Good or bad What Take? Make your choice here, everyone. And I'll give you a countdown to 3. Is everybody ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Show us your answers, contestants. Good. They all got good. Okay. I like that. That was... I did also enjoy that one. That one made me laugh out loud. I thought that was a good What Take. Well done, Bad What Takes on that one. That was...
Arguably, half of the last book was How is the Dark One? So...
Yeah. And to Stephen Willis's point, if you happen to still be here, please do like this so other fans can find us and they can come play Bad What Takes with us. So if you happen to be here in chat, we'd love it if you like this video. And hopefully you guys are all enjoying this little segment. If I'll ask you afterwards what you thought, and we'll bring it back. Lots of goods on this one in chat. So yeah, everybody agreed with the panelists on this one. So our next What Take comes from Bad What Takes, and they said, I mostly hate Perrin because he has the energy of a nervous youth pastor. So is that a good or bad What Take to you? Okay, everybody have their answers? Everybody good there? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Show us your answers. Good, and good. Wow, there you go. I'm kind of curious what everybody says in chat here. It's fantastic. I like these. These are...
It gets points for hilarity.
Yeah, I agree. I'm seeing some good, some bad here. It's a mix. This one, everyone's not on your side, is what I'm saying. You know, the panelists here were all had good here, but it's turning. The room's turning a little bit to good.
Everyone's entitled to be wrong. That's fine.
Exactly. So I'm seeing a lot of that makes no sense. Bad. I guess you had to be there. That's one of those. So, okay, let's try our next one from Bad What Takes. They said, the Ailfin and Ailfin check your receipt when you leave, like at a Costco. Okay? You guys got answers? Everybody got their answer here? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Show us your answer, contestants. Ooh, mostly split room. Bad, but good. Leigh, you thought this one was good. Nice.
Well,
I laughed. I thought it was funny.
Legit. They are like the sticklers. You got to check the fine print.
That's right.
So,
you do think you go in getting stuff, and you even might have bought that stuff.
Right.
But they're gonna check things on the way out. So I like that one.
Like the Costco guy who checks your stuff before you can get out. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw lots of bads here. Collin, no, this one didn't hit for you, huh?
Nah.
No. They just didn't put enough time into it. Is that what you felt like this was? Or
it just didn't resonate, you know?
I mean, as bad Watt takes would probably say that was their point because it was a bad Watt take. So, I guess I shouldn't fight that one very much.
It's tough being the sole voice of reason.
If I go back and chat, there was, this one was kind of split. This one was split. Here we go. Our next bad Watt take says, Moiraine's Eyes and Ears network consists entirely of vape shop employees. Okay, grab your answers, please. And for those of you, by the way, before we see this answer, if you're watching us on social media, on Twitter and Facebook, hopefully you've enjoyed this portion of the show. That was your sneak peek into our game night here at the Dusty Wheel. If you want to see the rest of this, make sure you come over to the Dusty Wheel on YouTube. Just type in The Dusty Wheel. You'll find us over there. And come hang out and chat with us. Answer these questions with us. It's a lot of fun to do that. So thank you, though, for being with us here at the Dusty Wheel on Twitter. But if you're here on YouTube, stay here, obviously. So here we go. Next bad Watt take is...
Did we not vote on the...
Oh, sorry. That's right. Oh, shoot. I jumped ahead. I want to say, let's go back to let's remind everybody where we were because I jumped in the middle of that. Moiraine's Eyes and Ears network consists entirely of vape shop employees. Okay, panelists. 1, 2, 3. Show us your answers. Bad, good. This is split. I like it.
It don't make no damn sense.
That was a split answer. I'm seeing NerdGrid said bad, horrible take on that one. I'm seeing lots of goods and bads. It's funny. These are definitely split. Most of these. I think our first one was very much everyone was on the same page, but most of these no. Okay, we have 2 more of these. And then we'll move on to our next game. And actually, this is a live call and talk show. We'll end up opening the call lines, and you can come play with us. So here we go. The 6th bad Watt take. I have information that will lead to the arrest of Swan Sancha. That's the take. I have information that will lead to the arrest of Swan Sancha. Make your pick here, everyone. Everyone good?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Show us what you got. Bad. There you go, bad Watt takes. Unanimous here on the panel. That was a bad Watt take. You were correct. They're correct. They all can't be bad Watt takes that become good Watt takes. Some of them just have to remain bad Watt takes. So I'm seeing definitely lots of bads. So yes, our chat does agree with us here. Okay, so our last bad Watt take of the night, and this has been a lot of fun. We'll probably bring this segment back. This is this last one is, if you like Wheel of Time so much, why don't you marry it? That's right. That is right. That's our last bad Watt take for the day. Let's see what the panelists have to say. 1, 2, 3. Show us what you got. Ugly. Good, bad, and ugly. Wow. Okay. It was a classic. I liked it. I like DT riffing there. Way to throw something. Andrew said, "Get rid of this game." Andrew, that's a bad Watt take right there. Sheesh, man, that's rude. I need to get rid of the wheel. That's what I need to get rid of. I still can't believe I hit a 13 on that last one. That was
just
crazy.
Add a counterbalance or a weight or something, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what happened there, but okay. So, like I said, this is a live call-in talk show. So, if you want to give us a call, we'll try to weave you into our conversation. It won't be instantly. You might be on hold for a while, and we might not get to all of you because it's game night and we have lots of games to play. But we'll try to pull you into some of these games. This one. It's simple. Just give us a call at 1-313-825-5968. That's 1-313-825-5968 or Talk Watt. And like I said, we'll try to bring you in and have you play along with us. I like Brandon's comment in chat. Let Taylor spin. Hashtag let Taylor spin. I know. Taylor missed it, but we hit 13 way too many times. We just moved on. That's what happened, Taylor. And Taylor, why don't you, while we're transitioning here between games, Taylor's going to open up the lottery for us. We're going to, like I said, we're going to do 2 giveaways for mugs tonight because that's fun and it's game night, and I like giving away stuff on game night. So you will see this show up. Don't try to enter, for those of you that know how to enter this in chat. Don't do it yet. Wait until you see Taylor throw the entry form into chat. And this is just a giveaway. It's for Dusty Mug giveaway. And then you'll see that show up here. If you're watching and you're not in chat, you just need to sign into YouTube and jump into chat if you want to participate. So, and then obviously if you're watching this after we're live, that's sad. But show up next time at the game night and you'll have a chance. Okay, so let us move on to our next game, which I call Sword Form or Euphemism. Here we go. Our contestants also have cards that say Sword Form, there you go, and Euphemism. And I'll be honest, I don't know if DT has a 7th card to use tonight, but but we might see other names show up. And for those of you that are in chat, you've seen this already. By the time you hear me say this, you will have already entered the raffle. But please do by putting !raffle. And for those of you that are on the panel, if you are in chat too and want to enter, you certainly can. I think Taylor sometimes just enters these things too. So let's jump to Sword Form or Euphemism. So I've done my best to make these tricky. So we'll see what our panelists come up with. The first one is, and no cheating by looking these up on the internet. That's right. I see, where these, I did the same thing. I looked them up on the internet to find out. So I know you could do the same. Here we go. The first one is, the swallow kisses the honey rose. The swallow kisses the honey rose. Grab your answer card here. Everybody good? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Show us what your answer is, panelists. Sword form, sword form, sword form, sword form. You are wrong. It is not the swallow kisses the honey rose. I believe it's like the hummingbird kisses the honey rose. That's right. You got to know your sword forms. I mixed them up and I just swapped words. That's right. That's how difficult this is.
So just had different words.
Just because you heard honey rose before or kisses the honey rose doesn't mean you're going to be right about this.
I want to be graded on a curve.
I did. I saw a lot of people in chat. Yeah, I get it. I get that did sound like a sword form, didn't it? So
I see what you're doing.
yeah, that's right. Okay, so the second one. Now you're gonna wonder which word could possibly have changed, or is this the actual thing? Here we go. The second one is the viper flicks the thorn bush. The viper flicks the thorn bush. Pick your answers. We need like a da 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 da. Okay, panelists, show us your answer. 1, 2, 3. Sword form or euphemism? I see euphemism, sword form. Our euphemisms are correct. That's right. I think it's the viper flicks the something, and I can't. Oh, it's the flicks its tongue. I think that's the actual one. Yes,
flicks.
It is. I thought it was flicks.
That just sounds wrong.
So, Reader Reborn said, "Aren't all sword forms euphemisms?" Yes, you could definitely say some of them are. But this is just a euphemism, or I guess sword form plus euphemism.
Is it a canonical euphemism?
That's right. That's right. And Emerald Sadai just said, the Dusty Wheel should have to explain the euphemisms. In fact, the Dusty Wheel's the host. And he doesn't have to.
Curveballs, man.
I know. That's the fun part. Okay, so let's bring our first guest into the show and have them play along with us. Our first caller is Norm. Norm, welcome to the Dusty Wheel tonight. How you doing?
Great, Innkeeper. As always, I raise my glass to you, good sir. To
Cheers.
Our panelists. I've always, of course, raised my glass to you and everyone in chat. What's up? Raise the glass.
So you've probably heard us, Norm, playing this game, Sword Form or Euphemism. So what we're going to do here is because there's a delay, so even if you were watching this, you wouldn't see what our panelists chose in time to choose one of theirs. So what we'll do is we'll have you come up with your answer, and then you're going to give us your answer first after our panelists show what their answers are on the screen here. So our next entry into this contest for sword forms or euphemisms is the courtier taps his fan. The courtier taps his fan. Okay, everybody have their answer. Norm, do you have your answer ready? Norm, you still there?
Actually.
Okay, so show us your answers, panelists.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, show us your answers. Okay, I see that. And Lancer, tell us what you believe the answer is. Is that a sword form or a euphemism?
Sword form.
Sword form is correct. Yes, sir. Now, I'm taking you on your word that you didn't just look that up. So, because I can't see you online. You knew this one.
I'm actually decent at these, so yeah.
Okay. So we'll see how you do in this next one then. Here we go. We'll keep you around for this next one, and then we'll bring in our next caller to do the last one with us. So here we go. We have the leopard parts the silk. The leopard parts the silk. And then, is this a sword form or euphemism? To our panelists, you have your answer? 1, 2, 3, show us your answer. I see sword form, euphemism. It's a split panel here. So Lancer, is that the leopard parts the silk? Is that a euphemism or is that a sword form?
That's a sword form.
Sword forms are incorrect. It is not the leopard parts the silk. I'm sorry, that is strictly a euphemism. So congrats to those that were at euphemism in chat, and sorry, Lancer, you're 50-50 for the night. Hey, before we let you go, I want to ask you. I want to ask you one of the questions that I didn't get to ask during when we spun the wheel because the wheel betrayed me. So I will ask you this question. Oh no, it's a Trolloc. Choose your fighter: Savannah, Valenluca, Suroth, or Sen Bui. Oh no, it's a Trolloc. Choose your fighter: Savannah, Valenluca, Suroth, or Sen Bui.
Oh, Suroth, definitely.
Suroth? Yeah, okay.
Of all of them, it would have to be. Yeah.
That's a good pick when you have to pick between those.
Valenluca wouldn't know what to do, I don't think.
That would be so great. You could have just used him as fodder, right? You pick your fighter, you throw him in, and then you run. Hey, Norm, thanks, man, for always calling in. I really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you hopefully next Wednesday, okay? Good night.
Take care, good sir.
You too. Okay. That's a lot of fun bringing people into that discussion. 50-50 next time, Norm. We'll play some more games. We'll have you come in and, I should have let him maybe stay around for the last one to try to win by the 50-50. But let's bring in our next caller and we'll do our last sword form or euphemism. Let's bring the only gay in the Two Rivers to the show. Welcome to the Dusty Wheel. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I love that you're a first-time caller here. It's awesome to have you.
I am very excited.
This is
super hyped. I've been watching the show for some time.
That's so great. I really appreciate that, and I'm glad that you called in on a game night because you get to play along with us here for sword form and euphemism. And now I wish I would have done a couple more of these, but here we go. We'll start off with this. This will be the last one we'll do. It's called "The River Undercuts the Banks." The river undercuts the banks.
The river
to our
undercuts
panelists.
the banks.
Yeah, so exactly. Think about that one, and I'll have you answer in just a second. Panelists, show us your answer. 1, 2, 3. The river undercuts the banks, and you have it. Okay, I see your answers, but we'll go to the only gay in Two Rivers. What do you believe is the answer to this one? Sword form or euphemism?
That sounds like a euphemism for something that happened in the White Tower.
I wondered if that would be the case, but it is actually a sword form. That one's a sword form. So we could do these. We could do these all. We should have an episode that's sword form or euphemism. Clearly, that would be fun. That'd be a fun episode. Let's keep you on here with us for the next competition. And thank you very much for our panelists and for those in chat that played along here. That was again. I'll have to find out afterwards. Andrew, you were the one that said, don't bring back bad Watt takes. If you're still in chat, let us know if we should bring back sword form or euphemism. That it'll be all on Andrew's shoulders. He'll have to decide for us. Okay, so their next segment here is called Would You Rather? And let me ask you, and I'm going to ask all of you, but we'll start with the Only Gay in Two Rivers. Our first topic here is, would you rather sheath the sword or be mind-trapped?
Ooh. You know, sheath the sword because it's like, you know what? I can walk it off. I'll walk it off. You know, like,
gotcha.
Like you get a little sword in you. You just kind of like walk it off. Go get a nail. Good. I feel like mind trapped. That's a commitment. I don't want to. That's a commit. I don't like commitment. It
is, but the sheathing the sword, it might take you out. It's possible it doesn't, but could be this is a tough one. I'm seeing lots of sheath the sword, but some mind traps. So let me go to my panelists here. Leigh, is this an easy answer for you? Sheath the sword or mind trap?
No, I don't want to be mind trap. Yuck.
Yeah, you go.
But I also don't want to die. So like, I don't know. Like, I guess I'd pick mind trap and then like hope that my mind trap person would be like nice or whatever.
I love it. Hope springs eternal. That's a good way to think about it. Yeah, I like that. Jimmy, what would you pick? Sheath the sword, or would you end up taking a mind trap?
Sheath the sword.
Sheath the sword.
Yeah.
Seemed like that. Yeah. This is more tough.
That's legit. I mean, like, it's tough, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Collin, where are you going on this one?
I'm gonna sheath the sword because I can hopefully get healed afterwards.
Gotcha. You're hoping.
Yeah.
And we need parameters like, will there be an Aes Sedai nearby?
Yeah.
So I like the hope here that both you and Leigh have expressed in your answers. If I can get a nice mind trapper, or if I can have just a healer close to me, then that's the one I would like. I like that. DT, you're the last one on this one. Would you sheath the sword or pick the mind trap?
I think that's the only way you can go. Again, it does depend on who's mind trapping you. That could be fun, but it's probably terrible. It's probably terrible.
It could be fun. I like it. Look, hope springs eternal again.
Yeah, you never know. No,
maybe it's
maybe.
Yeah. Sheath it.
Maybe you
sheath
get into it. I don't know.
I like it.
I'm open-minded, but you know.
Okay, Only Gay in Two Rivers. Your first time calling it. Let's leave you on for a third question here before we say goodnight. So why don't we pick another Would You Rather? Here we go. Our next Would You Rather is apprentice as a wise one or study at the tower.
Ooh, okay. On the one hand, you have two very ancient traditions. On the other hand, you have the opportunity to see naked men. So
there you go.
It's gotta be. Actually, you can see naked men at the tower too. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna train at the tower.
Okay. Yeah. It was a tough call. It looked like. So yeah. The tower is a good choice. Okay, let's go back the other way. DT, we're gonna start with you. We're gonna go around, counterclockwise on this one. Do you have a choice here to your mind? Apprentice as a wise one or study at the tower?
Definitely apprentice is a wise one. I mean, other than the weather's pretty terrible there, but I think it's a nicer place to study, at least a little more. They don't beat you for everything. Senselessly anyway, unless you really deserve it. Yeah, no, I like the IU. I'm going with apprentice.
I love all the answers. What I love about this is everyone has qualified this with a hope that's not part of the answer, which I think is fantastic. I love that about these. This is so great. I love the Only Gay in Two Rivers. Like, well, let me qualify this. I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's how you have to answer these. That's the only way to do it, right? You're picking one of these because you have hope of something, right? So I got it. Yeah. Collin, what would you pick on this one? Apprentice as a wise one, and I'll throw this out there. I saw Andrew ask this question. Which tower? You can pick Black Tower, White Tower.
Oh, interesting.
Oh.
I know. I didn't throw that. We'll come back to you. Only Gay in Two Rivers. We'll see if you want to change it. But you did say at the tower, so I guess you could pick also which tower.
It's true. As much as I appreciated your line of reasoning, Only Gay in Two Rivers, that was good. I'm gonna go with Black Tower.
Yeah,
Black Tower. I got it. Yeah. I like it. Black Tower is a good choice. Okay, Jimmy, which one would you pick?
That was a clarification I was going to ask which tower, but I was going to say Black Tower.
Yeah, now it seems easier for everybody. Okay, Leigh, you picking the Black Tower too?
Well, okay, I'm not going to pick Black Tower because there's that whole thing where there's like 13 Forsaken and like the mission basement. But like, I would probably go for the White Tower because I feel like it's got like a higher chance of a cool breeze. And
Yeah.
I'm not down for that like desert thing. No.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I would rather be like up high and like catching a breeze because like they both beat you. So like,
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, does anyone, now that we added the Black Tower, is that only game Two Rivers? You could go in Black Tower on this one?
Oh yeah, I'm going to the Black Tower. I feel like the White Tower would try too hard to get me to be their gay best friend, and I'm not about that, so I can just hide in the Black Tower.
Gotcha. That's fantastic.
You'll know the Black Tower.
Exactly. And Village Mattress, if you're watching, thank you very much for that tip. Appreciate it. Okay, DT, did you want to change your answer?
No, I may as well just stick out in the desert there.
You're sticking out in the desert, yeah. I would have picked. I would have said Apprentice was a wise one because that means that as long as I was able to get into Teleron and they were going to show me how, then I'm there. I'm there as a wise one. Okay. Well, only game at the Two Rivers. Thank you so much for being with us and for calling in the first time. Before you go, I'll ask you one of the questions on the wheel that we didn't get to today. So, worst Wheel of Time character, and why is it Demon Dread? No, so you get to pick your worst what's your worst Wheel of Time character? If you had to pick one, who would be on the top of that list?
Oh God. Okay, so this falls onto a spectrum of why they are the worst. If I had to pick the worst of just in general, just oh God, you are just an awful human being. What's his name? Actually, because I love to hate the Forsaken because they're kind of stupid, but you kind of love seeing them just fail anyway. I think the worst person has got to be what's her name? Savannah.
Yeah, that's Savannah. Definitely has to be on the list. That's on the list for sure.
Her and Hadman Kadir are both kind of up there in the well, you don't seem like I'm gonna walk away from you guys now,
Yeah, that definitely. I'm seeing lots of Gawain and Savannahs up here. Well, only game in the Two Rivers. Thank you so much for being with us. It was awesome to have you on. Hopefully, you will call us back. Okay. Hey, we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Bye-bye.
All right, cool. Bye.
Yes, we're going around the room here. And Leigh, you want to go first?
Yes, because we all know who the worst character in Wheel of Time is. If you read my reread, it is Gawain. Sucks so hard. He's the worst. He is the absolute worst. Even the way he died sucked. So he's the worst. Sorry.
Yeah,
I have feelings about this.
Savannah and Gawain absolutely make sense. No to Nablis's point in chat. No, not Manfear. Manfear's not the worst. Jeez. So, Collin, what would you pick?
I mean, I think the obvious answer is Leigh's answer, but if I had to choose someone else, it would probably be Savannah. Yeah.
Wow, we're really grouping around Savannah and Gawain here. I like this. Jimmy, what would you pick?
Gallon.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry.
We really have to do our Gawain episode, right, everybody? We need to do just one, we have to do that.
I just want to point out that somebody toted up the number of times I head desked in my Wheel of Time reread, and Gawain beat every other thing by an order of magnitude. So
I like it. Nice. I understand. I mean, that seems to be a strong answer here among the people that are answering. Silver Bells Narishma said, I would kick Gawain in his nuts. There you go. That's how much people... But Emerald said hi, is saying, I don't get why people hate Gawain. See, that's why I'm telling you, we need to do an episode that really addresses this this question. Why do people hate Gawain?
Blog, you'll know.
Christine Oakley just said, yeah, exactly. There you go.
It'll tell you.
Go look up. Can they just put Gawain sucks and then look up Leigh Butler? Is that what they have to find? Is that how they find it? Okay. I like it.
Gawain head desk, Leigh Butler, you'll find it.
Going at us. I like it. I like it. And I really wanted to ask this question, so I'm going to ask it anyway, because this one's a lot of fun, and this takes us away from necessarily like hating on certain characters, but.
I don't get the answer?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, DT. Totally. I went around the other way, and I was like, "Wait, we skipped DT. How's that possible?" Okay,
Am I
listen,
allowed
you're going to
to-
say Gawain, isn't that was going to happen?
Well, obviously I would, but I'm gonna not just because. Can I say Demandred though? Like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah, I am saying Demandred. Yeah,
Yeah, Demandred, I think he and Gawain and Savannah absolutely, at the top of the list. People are throwing out Valda, yeah,
sure.
I
I'm
think
saying
Galina's another good one. I think honestly.
Galena, yeah, that would be good. Elida.
Leandrin, Therava.
That's a good one.
What it's so funny is like the top of the list is very specific, but that list, the top 10, people can just fill that in really quick, right?
But I think for Elida, she was an interesting character, even when you hear,
Right.
like the win just sucked.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
found Demandred uninteresting for the most part. So
yeah, that's right. I don't think that like the Elida's like too many steps above Gawain, but I'll give you that maybe there's like a step or two. Yeah, from an interest standpoint, maybe.
I mean, she did some big stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Gawain did some big stuff. Maybe like one big thing, but
frustrating, like just so frustrating.
exactly, lots of frustrating stuff. I like
Yeah.
it. And thank you. Delusions just put in, I think, the link to Leigh's answer in chat. So for those of you that are wondering, where that she made it really easy. Go find that. Kind of curious. Now I want to go back and read it after the show. Of course.
There were so many. I'm interested to see which one he linked to.
Exactly right. Okay, so I want to ask this question. This one didn't come up because we got 713s on the wheel, but I'm going to ask it anyways because I get to do that. This one was asked on Twitter, and I really think it's an interesting question for fans, right? This is all fan service kind of thing. If you were Rafe and you could slip one Easter egg into the show from fandom, some fandom-related Easter egg, what would you want to see show up in the Wheel of Time TV show? So for those of you that are watching here in chat, I'm kind of curious, Easter egg, a fandom Easter egg showing up in the TV show, what would you pick? And DT, since I totally skipped you on that last question, we will start with you. That way I don't skip you again. So if you could have an Easter egg that basically other fans would just kind of notice it, maybe no one else would, of course, but what would you actually put in the show?
Well, obviously some sort of reference to the Dusty Wheel.
Yeah, that's I'll pay you afterwards. Some reference to the Dusty Wheel. That's yes. That
I can picture you in an apron.
low hanging fruit there. I like it.
That's the advantage of going first, right? So,
That's true. I like Glenn's Easter egg here. I might steal somebody's in the panel, but I have to say it. Billy Zane. That's a great fandom Easter egg. Okay, but we're gonna do a second question along this one, which is who would you cast Billy Zane as if you did put him as the Easter egg? But we'll get to that one next. Okay, so up to you, Leigh, on this one. Your fandom Easter egg. What would you do?
Me?
Yeah. What would you put into the show?
Okay. I mean, this is terrible, but like, will my character show up?
Oh yeah. So there you go.
I had a Ale Maiden named after me, so
You wanted the Ale Maiden? Yeah. There you go. There's nothing wrong with like being like, yeah, mine. I like Acelia just said the Dusty Wheel.
She only appeared like for like three, a line, but she was there.
Yeah. There you go. I think that's a good answer. I like Medic just said Michael Kramer and Kate Redding somehow in the show. Yeah, that's a fan favorite. That'd be a nice little nod that no one else would notice. What about you, Jimmy? What fandom Easter egg would you throw into the show?
Besides me, Harriet and Maria.
Okay, you get Harriet in the
Alan.
show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Harriet, Maria, and Alan.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Harry and Maria. Definitely.
Okay,
We're
but
in the full
that-
cameos here. Yeah.
That felt too easy. So what would you have them doing? Harriet, Maria, and Alan. What would they be doing in this Easter egg as part of the show?
So it's a brand new scene. You're introducing the location, and you have them just doing their daily thing, whatever walking, talking, whatever, and it pans to the action of the whole show. So
Okay, so you just have them kind of.
They should be Brown Aja, like in writing in transcribing tomes. in a scene in the tower.
I like it. I like
Librarians, yeah.
Matt Scoundrel just said Steve. Yes, some reference to
Here's
Steve.
a good one. Have the Wheel of Time be a story being told, and it's Harriet, Murray, and Alan opening the book and beginning to read, and it pans into
A little Princess Bride moment. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a fun one. An alternate, instead of an alternate ending, an alternate beginning of a show. I like that as an alternate beginning. Yeah, that'd be fantastic. So,
Harry
okay.
could say-
Oh, sorry.
Harry could say the line, "You're very smart. Shut up."
I like it. Yeah, Nablus just said, does anyone picture Varen looking like Harriet? I could see that. I could see that. Okay, Colin's going to give us his answer. We'll come back to the Billy Zane question, but then we're going to pick a winner of the first mug after Collin gives us his answer to this question. So, Collin, what's your fandom Easter egg in the Wheel of Time TV show?
If they could find some way to put Twitter time in there, that would be kind of amazing. I don't know how they would do it, but I think
So just like a little bluebird?
Something, some way to like signify that. I think that'd be fun. Yeah.
Or like a couple of bluebirds all talking to each other. It's just like
Yeah.
really like high pitched noise or something on a branch of a tree as they're walking by. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good call out. Twitter time. That's a fun one. Okay, so before we jump on to the Billy Zane, how would you integrate Billy Zane as your Easter egg into the show? Taylor, why don't you pick us a winner of the first Dusty mug tonight? Let's do this giveaway. I don't. I'm trying to think. Should we try to make the drums work in the? I can try to like time it correctly. Here we go.
It's not going.
It won't time. It won't. Yeah.
So
So go ahead, Taylor. You just click it. We'll have to figure out how to time the live chat delivery of this. But yes, our winner tonight, Rainbow Everything, has won a Dusty Wheel mug. Rainbow Everything, congratulations! You have won the Dusty Wheel mug here tonight on the game night. Please check with us on Discord. I know you're there. Let me know that you did win it. Just remind me. Congratulations again, Rainbow Everything. That's awesome. And we'll do the second giveaway here shortly. But let's go back to this question of Billy Zane. That's right. Billy Zane is our fandom Easter egg. And Jimmy, we'll start with you. If Billy Zane was the fandom Easter egg, what would you want him to be doing in the show? What character or whatever role would you want him to have in the show?
I'm not sure if this guy's cast, but Old Man Conger.
Old Man Conger. I can see it. Yeah. I think it's just Days Conger has been the only one. I don't think. Yeah. So yeah, I like it. That's a good one. That's a good choice. What would you pick here, Collin, for your Billy Zane Easter egg moment?
Okay, so basically, I want him to be the first person to die, but depending on how they show it. So either in Winter Night, or if they do the prologue and there's some sort of flashback to like the actual battle, then he's the first person to die in that scene.
Billy Zane out. He's
Yeah.
He's a Conger and he dies in the attack on Winter Night. I like it. I like it. Okay, DT, what would you pick for Billy Zane? Oh, you're unmute yourself.
He
there,
can't
sorry.
be anything too major. Something subtle. I'm thinking like he could, he'd be good as like one of those nosy nobles hanging out in Tyr when they get there.
Okay,
just in the stone.
I like it. One of the nobles in Tyr. That's great. Billy as Narg, Balfamel, Billy as Hopper, Billy Zane as Asmodean, Almond Bunt, Billy Zane for a farmer. Bring back Billy. Billy Zane as a tinker. Are we stealing all of your ideas here, Leigh? What's your Billy Zane?
No, I'm going
Easter
the other
egg?
way, man.
Okay.
I'm saying that Billy Zane should be paid in fame.
Billy Zane is Pat and Fane.
Yeah.
Whoa, you're
Like, sure, go with it. Like, lean into it. Billy
Gotcha.
Zane, man. Because,
yeah. It's a good choice. I like it. Billy Zane is Steve. Yes, I like Billy Zane as Steve. That's fantastic. I like it. Okay, so before we move on from the Billies, or now that we've moved on from Billy Zane here, our last question of the night, and then we'll jump to our last segment, which is If I Told You, I Would Have to Kill You, which is me reading something from Robert Jordan's notes and then us talking all about it. So the last one here that I'll have us answer is if Rand had a pet, what kind of pet would he have, and what would he name it? If Rand had a pet, what kind of pet would Rand have, and what would he name it?
Like,
This is a hard question. If Rand could have a pet, what would be his pet?
before his adventures start, or like during?
Anytime his adventure. Anytime in Rand, as we know him in the books, what would he have chosen as a pet? And what would he have named it? This was a hard one. I had to end it on a hard one. I see you all deep in thought. DT, I feel like you look confident, like you have this one. You have this one in the bag right now.
In the bag. Okay, I'm going to go with he would have a leopard gecko that he picked up in the waist because it can fit in his pocket. He's pretty unimaginative, and he wouldn't have time because he's so focused on the dark one. And so he'd name it Leopard.
A leopard gecko. I like it. I like that. Yeah, and what would he name it again?
Leopard.
Leopard. I like it. That is a leopard gecko from the waist.
Just be happy it's not poisonous.
I'm impressed what you come up with just randomly, like leopard gecko from the waist. That is impressive. Okay, Leigh, you seem just as confident up there. What's Rand's pet?
Well,
and what would he name it?
I don't think that Rand should be trusted with any pets. But, like, I don't think that's a pet person. But if I had to, I think he needs a chinchilla.
A chinchilla. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They're very soft and it's therapeutic, like calm you down kind of thing.
I love it.
And he would name it Fluffy.
He would name it Fluffy. A chinchilla named Fluffy, or a leopard gecko from the waist named Leopard. Is it leopard or is it gecko?
You know what? Any of those are fine.
He would not have a name from it.
He'd name it that lizard. Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, your Rand's pet, and what would his name be?
I'm gonna butcher the name, but Grom.
Oh, Grom would be, yeah. And what would he name as Grom?
Grom.
Don't say Grom. You and DT playing off the same playbook here. This 2-question thing is a little bit harder than expected. Okay, save us here, Collin. What's your name and pet?
I think he would have a ferret. I think he would have some sort of.
Ooh.
I feel like I like the idea of him having something that can like fit in his pocket or be on his person, but I like also the idea of it could leave his body but be autonomous enough to get back. I think his name would be Tim, because I think you're right. Rand's not very imaginative. We have a Tam, and we have a Tom, so let's have a Tim.
A ferret named Tim. Yeah. I like it.
That's amazing.
A snake called Celine. That's a good one. Well done. I like that. A pet lamp named Min. Not cool. Not cool. Oh my god. But, yeah. A hedgehog named Spike. I love it. An ibis named Woolhead. A talking parrot named Luz. Oh wow! Look at these. Everybody's getting all a terangrial named Red Rod. Nice, Brando. Okay, so let's move on to our last segment of the night. Thank you very much for everyone that called in. We'll do this last piece. I'll read off this, like I said, some of Robert Jordan's notes here that I thought was interesting from the last one we did of this. And then we will give away our last mug and say goodnight to our guests. So the piece or the text that I want to read from Robert Jordan's notes, we talked I think it was the last game night. I read something from an early sketch of how the Eye of the World would end. And also mentioned a part about kind of his first interaction with Elaine, which actually happened in this sketch in Tar Valon. That's where they went instead of Camelin. But there was a part that I didn't read about Morghese that I thought was interesting that comes before that. So I thought I'd read that one now. It said, other occurrences at Tar Valon are happier for Rand, though some are also unsettling. For instance, he meets Queen Morghese, who rules the city-state of Camelon, which is spelled Caemlon, with her husband, King Merrick of the House Damodred. And Morghese is herself a powerful wielder, one of those with the ability inborn. When Rand learns that she has sons as old as he is astonished, for she looks no more than a year or two older than he is. He is further astounded when she seems to look on him as a desirable man rather than merely a village lad. Though this is mitigated somewhat by her looking on all of the young men from Edmondsfield in the same way. In fact, she seems to like flirting with men a very great deal. Note, Secretly, Morghese is sure that Moiraine seeks the true dragon reborn. If he is found, Morghese intends to be at his side when he unites humanity into one nation again. Obviously, he'll have to be gentled at some point, lest he go mad. But that will leave her as sole ruler of all the world. Now, this next paragraph begins, I'm not going to read it to you all the way because it deals with our next episode coming up next week. But the next paragraph begins like this. One of Morghese's sons, Galad, who is also in Tarvalon, hates the way his mother flirts. So that's where we'll end that interesting kind of insight into where Robert Jordan, like I said, earlier iterations of his thoughts here. Anything stand out to you about that story, as Robert Jordan was framing it, versus the one we actually get? Like, I'm seeing Leigh, like your eyes are kind of squinted, like shaking your head. What's going on there from what I just read as far as the story Robert Jordan at one point had painted? Okay,
well, this is okay. It's a little weird to me because because of where Morghese's character ended up versus this kind of version of her where she's like kind of flirty and a little inappropriate and things like that. But like,
sure.
She ends up being one of the more traumatized and violated characters in the series.
Yep.
So my first thought was because it was sort of like, I don't know. I don't want to bring the tone down, but like she was so thoroughly victimized in the story, and that's actually one of my bigger kind of problems with the series as a whole. So I mean, I think maybe it would have been nicer if she were this kind of flirty character, but like the transition from flirty to victimized is a little weird for me. But
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, and it's interesting because he also seems to mix this idea, like Elida's the one who has the foretelling, right? Eventually, or early on. And she's the one that kind of has this part where it's like looking to use basically the dragon reborn for Caemlyn's benefit. And it almost seems like he took that a little bit of that storyline and threw it in with Elida instead. She was going to be this really significant power wielder, and that never, that's not what happens.
No.
He definitely chooses the other side of that. Yeah. Anything else stand out to the three of you from that Morghese to the one we got? Yeah, DT, I'm seeing your head shake. What were your thoughts?
Well, sure, a lot stands out. I mean, it couldn't be more different than what we got there. I mean, also she was like you said, powerful channeler, but I think what caught me was like the motive that he said, that it was so that she would rule the world. Like that, that's not a motive she really has, like to have power for the sake of power. That seems strange to me. And I wonder if Jordan also thought, ew, about the whole thing. And he kind of just said, oh, let's skip that and add a daughter heir to take care of that. And just, that'll be that connection to Rand, the love connection. It makes sense how he changed that, thankfully. Because I don't like any of that.
Yeah. Well, what's really interesting when you read some of these in the notes is what he does come up with, and this is not taking into account what Leigh just said, but what he does come up with, I definitely prefer most of the storylines that come out of the notes versus the ones that we see in the notes. As in, you can just tell he's kind of iterating of like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm going to change this. I'm taking this out. I'm giving this to this other character. I don't want this person to be this way. So yeah, I thought all those, just in that like small paragraph, her husband is King Merrick of House Damodred, just really interesting. Like, what was he going to do with that? Collin, any other thoughts from what DT and Leigh said? Anything else stand out to you in those?
Yeah, I mean, I think the obvious kind of connection there is it seems as though he split off Morghese and Elida to create these two separate characters. But I also feel like Alana's in there. I think that's where a lot of that kind of that strange kind of sexual energy seems to be extracted into that character, which I think it exists in that character a little bit better than what we're seeing in this small snippet.
That's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that split there too. Yeah. Jimmy, any thoughts that haven't been expressed between that?
Very interesting portal world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a great way to think about the notes, is certainly kind of like, I hadn't actually put that in context. Yeah, it's portal worlds.
It actually sounds like it was a first draft, and then he just talked it through with probably Harriet, and it's like, okay, so we'll just diverge to different aspects and came up with the final product.
Yeah. It's and like I said, it's really interesting. The process of, because like I said, last time we did game night, we talked about like he meets Elaine here, and then Elaine kind of looks at him as kind of a country bumpkin kind of kid, you know, and I think he has his version of like Rand doesn't read, I think was one of these things, you know. It seems like he was kind of going down a lot of, or telling stories that have been told before, and then he iterated on them, right? He switched things up, moved things off to different, you know, individuals. And I'm seeing a lot of people in chat say the same thing, Leigh, of like, don't like where this, you know, this was specifically.
I mean, to be clear, I think that Morghese, as she is in the books, is clearly a better character, like in herself. Like she's a nobler character. She's a, you know, she's a better person. But what ends up happening to her kind of puts the stank on it, you know. So it's
for sure.
Yeah. But that's something that I've always had a little bit of a problem with, or a lot of a problem with, in terms of that.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. And like I said, and I'm seeing lots of people make similar comments to what you're saying there. The notes as they are, like Jimmy said, obviously this isn't the story that he ends up telling, but the other story, like Miss Sarah James said, Morghese needs a better redemption arc. If I think that's one of the storylines a lot of people would rewrite if they were the one writing it, you know, if you will. So,
sure.
Okay, so that is what I call if I told you I'd have to kill you. But luckily, you're not all here. You're here virtually, so I won't be able to do that. So you heard it here. And let's give away our last Dusty Wheel mug of the night. Thank you all for being here tonight. This was maybe not the game night Jimmy thought this was going to be, but but I appreciate you playing along. Taylor, why don't you throw out the last Dusty Wheel mug here? And good luck to everybody who joined in. Like I said, Rainbow Everything, thank you very much for joining. And it's Hetzky won the Dusty Wheel mug. Hetzky, congratulations on winning that. Well, like I said, you're in Discord already. Just check in with us on Discord, and we'll make sure that you get that. I never can remember often if I swear, like some people win twice in this thing randomly. It's awesome. But yes, Hetzky and Rainbow Everything, congratulations. And he said Hetzky said redraw. Yeah, like I said, I thought Hetzky had won before, so he'd like us to redraw, Taylor. So go ahead and redraw here. Are you sure? Yeah. Well, Hetzky's in chat, and he just said to redraw. So we'll. That's very kind of Hetzky, and we'll redraw. Yes, 2 already. So yeah, let's give somebody else on Hetzky's behalf. That's very kind of you. So Taylor will pick us another one here in chat, and it's always like this delay of like. Fart Vader has won a Dusty Wheel mug. Congratulations, Fart Vader. I don't know Fart Vader. So if you're still here in chat, please check in with us on Discord. You can find the link to Discord. Leigh just put up euphemism. That was good. Congratulations. Check with us in, like I said, Discord. Go log in there, or you can reach out to us on social media. Hopefully you're still here and you found out that you won a Dusty Wheel mug. So yes, congratulations. And to the 4 of you, thank you very much for being here and doing game night with us at the Dusty Wheel. Like I said, we will be back next Watt Wednesday talking about Galad, and probably end up back in this file talking about some of these things, but focusing on Galad's story arc. So yes, I agree. Very good. And just a reminder, you can hear us on a podcast called BARSIDE Chats, which is where my friend and I, Brian, we talk about the Wheel of Time. And we try to do it in small little segments, 30 to 40 minutes. You know, it's all consumable. And if you want to follow one more Wheel of Time podcast, you can follow us there on BARSIDE Chats. Don't forget to check out Randland TV Podcast, where Collin and his cohorts also talk about the Wheel of Time TV show. Check out DT's Discord channel. It's a lot of fun if you want to get into Wheel of Time gaming. And make sure you go there. Like I said, all these links are in the description. So that is it. Cheers to everyone. Thank you very much for being in chat. You can find us in the after show on Discord. And like I say around here, good night from the Dusty Wheel. And
Welcome to the Dusty Wheel.
hey, welcome back to the Dusty Wheel. You went right to kill it. Look at you. You're all ready. You're just done. I mean, this is like this is one
really
of the
well.
biggest scenes.
And now I'm like, great, my turn.
And if you don't like that, and you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the two rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't.
Okay. Just complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm
sad.
not
I've seen the Comey as something along the lines of a Shadar Haran analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I have Therese in the... And we're back here just for a moment because Taylor would like us to end a little bit cleaner than that one ended. Taylor wants you to know that it was actually my fault for cutting us off that early. So we're back here to tell you good night from the Dusty Wheel and smash to black. You went right to kill it. Look at you, you're all ready. You're just done. I mean, this is like, this is
really well. And now I'm like, great, my turn.
And if you don't like that, and you want to say, well, Robert Jordan could have made the two rivers all white. He could have, but he didn't.
Just complimented me on my dress, and as you can clearly see, I'm
sad.
not
I've seen the Comey as something along the lines of a Shadar Haran analog.
It does make sense why it outlasted the breaking.
Yeah.
See, this is why I have Therese in the show, because she's going to correct everything that.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Dusty Wheel Show. What? Meme Off Challenge! Yay!
Like baby face mounted on like a huge body. So like all of a sudden,
this is not just a traditional fantasy, right? There are sci-fi elements. And just a moment ago, Rafe tweeted something. So let me get my guest in here with me, and probably I would say put in 70-80% of the work. I got to be over the shoulder and be like, no,